Time now for another check on your morning forecast. Henry.
Well, Emma Grace, today is the day we finally get to enjoy that warmer weather, but unfortunately, it's not going to be lasting too long. Now, you're still going to be needing to make sure you have that coat ready to go before heading out the door, as we still have temperatures starting off this morning in the mid-20s, similar to what we have right now in downtown Parkersburg. But clear skies at the moment. Some sunshine is expected as that starts to climb up this morning, which is going to be making the morning commute a lot better. But here's that system that we're tracking. This is going to be ushering in a warm front, so that's what's helping to get us into the 50s, but following right behind that is a cold front that is then going to bring an end to that temporary day of nice warm weather. So you can see as we look at futurecast with those temperatures climbing up this morning already into the upper 40s before noon, and then this afternoon sitting in the 50s. Further down towards the south, wouldn't be surprised to see some spots trying to hit that 60-degree mark. But once we get into the evening and overnight tonight, you can see that colder air ushering in. So we're not really going to be warming up that much as we get into the day on Wednesday, and it's going to be quite similar approaching Thursday. But we do expect some quiet weather after some showers move through later on this evening. So as we look at futurecast, we'll start to see that cloud cover increasing later on this afternoon. So expect more cloudy skies for that evening commute, but the showers that we're going to be watching out for really going to be few and scattered. So we're not expecting that much rain out of this system. And by the time we get closer to midnight, all of that is moving out towards the east, but we'll still stay with mainly cloudy skies going into Wednesday and especially on Thursday. But beyond that, we do have another system that's going to be approaching. This is going to be ushering in some more rain for us, mainly going into Sunday. So far, Valentine's Day may stay dry. So if you have any plans for Saturday, so far you're looking a-okay with that. So for today, enjoy those 50s if you're able to before those showers arrive. Heading into tonight, dropping back down to around 30 degrees. And for your Wednesday, still going to be above freezing, so we're still going to be expecting some more thawing to take place, especially over the next several days, and with that round of rain that we're keeping an eye on for Sunday. Heading into Monday of next week, we're so far shaping up to look at some more warmer weather. Emma Grace.